So hello guys and girls, it's me Thomas here. Now, as some of you may know, I recently had a bit of a gripe with using Windows. Or that I basically despise Windows in its entirety. I don't like using Windows. Windows is a plague, and even with the recent release of Windows 11 that I used for a brief period of time until it decided to break on me, which I don't know what's with my luck with Windows installs. Windows on my work laptop works fine. Windows on my personal laptop, which I'll be using to edit this freaking video, probably too late at night or maybe the next day and at night, who knows. I really will be trying to take my time with these videos and make them real high quality and make them real Gucci. That said though, I'm running Windows on my main personal laptop, which I bought recently. Don't regret the purchase. Really decent laptop capable of some light gaming, mainly used for video editing and making more higher quality content, because I will have more time to spend on these. It's a portable workstation, it's a laptop. I can use it to edit my videos. I can basically record all the footage that I need for a bunch of videos ahead of time, and then use my laptop and some of my free time throughout some days to just pump out more and more content for you guys. Because let's be real here, last time I posted a video 3 months ago. Not ideal. Some YouTubers take longer, maybe 6 months, maybe 12 months, a full year basically. Getting started in here. As you can see, we're not running Windows anymore. At least not at this very moment. You see, if I do the good old Neofetch flex, you can have a look at my setup, my glorious little machine that I have over here. It's basically the exact same rig I used for Windows in the last video, with a few minor tweaks and changes. We have a much better cooler on this setup, so it's no longer overheating. We fixed our RAM allocation stuff problems. We had some issues with RAM for some reason. Linux wasn't liking it, managed to fix it. To be honest, a update fixed it, so not sure what exactly did, but an update did, so... we're rocking an i5-10500. It's not a K, it's not an H SKU. It's not a mobile one, it's a desktop grade i5 CPU, 10th gen, with 12 threads. Apparently running at 4.5 GHz. And a ATN Radeon RX 480, which Linux likes to detect along this line or this section. It's a RX 480 in this rig. Because if we do LSPCI, you will notice that it basically tells the DVJ controller is a Radeon RX 470, 480, blah blah blah, and the same for the IO device down here. I know it's a RX 480, that's all I need to know and care about, honestly. Now, if we do the Go H stop, you can definitely see that we are indeed using 12 threads in this setup right now, as it is right now, with OBS eating up a bit of my resources, which really doesn't matter as long as I can get a video out for you guys. And the recording and streaming quality was just, it was spectacular. It runs as it should with Linux, obviously. So but you may notice, where's Steam, where's only, I do have Discord, but I only use it if I need to talk to someone or send a message or send a file. I'm part of a few Linux communities and my own community, which you should definitely join. Make sure to join our community. It's growing day by day, which is amazing. More people joining, sometimes people leave, and it's mostly because of me, because I don't post that much, you know, with work and life and such. Anyways, right now we're within Linux, my main system of choice. This is what runs and is the basically the meat and potatoes of this rig, basically, because a computer is as good as its software, and that's what gives it the abilities to be used as a full-on workstation. Now you would be thinking, hold up, how are you actually gonna edit these videos? As I mentioned, I have a personal laptop, we'll be using that to edit these videos. Hire me in the future. You can subtitle this if you want, I don't care, you can do whatever you want. Who knows whenever I'm gonna be editing this. You can see the date down there when I'm recording this. Not sure when this video is gonna be up, but when it's gonna be up, it's gonna be of a Gucci and decent quality, let me tell you. More or less, this article, or this page I recently made, I updated it as of me recording this a few hours ago. as of me uploading this, who knows when that is, it might be a few days if not a week ago, who knows, depends on how fast I'm with editing and how dedicated I'll be to editing this freaking video. All the steps and everything I did, dedicated and listed over here, it's all Gucci, everything's listed. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. You can contact me on my Twitter. Also, I should mention, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all the pages I have, so you can stay up to date whenever a new video comes out. And I don't upload that frequently. I know that the last video was 3 months ago. Bear with me, I'm trying my best. I've just been really busy, especially if you're trying to configure this freaking build, because I was fed up with Windows. So this took a while to get all figured out and all created. With that said though, with it configured as it is right now, I should also mention, this is also mentioned in the article later on, I do use a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse for the setup. So bear that in mind. It just so happens to work for me under these conditions. It may or may not work for you. I also have a pair of wireless Sony WF-1000XM3s, which do work with the Bluetooth adapter within the Windows VM, and that's all I really care about. And also I recently bought, let's consider the date added in here, I recently bought a external audio card, a real cheap one actually. You don't need a really expensive one. It's actually so cheap that Linux detects it as a USB advanced audio device. So that's how cheap it is. In fact, we can actually run LS USB over here. Let me actually clear this out. If we run this, you'll notice that somewhere in here is a audio controller. There it is, C Media Electronics Incorporated USB advanced audio device. That's what we're using to pass through my microphone and my headphones, which I use. Yes, I use these earbuds. They seem cheap, but they're really good. I have another pair of them just in case these ones break. However, I've been looking into replacements, possibly higher quality ones. Maybe some of those equivalent, if not better than the Sony WH-1000XM3s. If anyone has a suggestion or recommendation, the price range doesn't effectively matter. They just have to be in-ear monitors, or basically IEMs, or in-ear headphones, but they have to be wired. I can use these wirelessly, but then I have some problems screaming with my buddies. It's not a big deal. I can use these just fine. It's just that I don't want to use these all the time. I use them when I'm traveling on the bus or on the tram to work. So it's really personal preference. That's all it is really. So if anyone has a suggestion, just shoot me a message on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. Just let yourself know that you're coming from this video. I tend to ignore or block people that I don't know. It's something I've been doing because I like to keep my privacy and sanity in check. With that said though, with the magic of editing, we're going to transport ourselves. Before we actually do that, almost forgot this again. I'm recording this for the second time now. I swear to God, I'm a total dumbass. Let me show you what's going on in here. So this is the VM. We're using vfio. So we're basically using qemu, which is a kernel virtual machine, which is, I believe, a type 2 or type 1 hypervisor. Hold up, is there a type 1 hypervisor? So yeah, I was right. So type 1 hypervisor, that's what KVM is. A type 2 hypervisor would be your VMware or VirtualBox, with type 2 hypervisors mostly having the highest level of access on the OS level, not letting itself go any further. It's not going to connect with the kernel, it's not going to do anything. Therefore, it's not recommended to be used for gaming virtual machines or productivity virtual machines such as this one. What a kernel virtual machine lets us do is give us more access to the hardware, pretty much almost close to bare metal. I say almost, it's not gonna be bare metal, guys, chill. It's a pretty complex one. I'm just gonna quickly scout through this. These are all my USB devices, along with my webcam, gamepad, mouse and keyboard, And over here is the USB audio controller that I added recently, or basically today as of me recording this, which is also mentioned in here. It's the USB audio device we talked about in the terminal, which is basically this thing. I've added that in, you can check it, it's the exact same thing. And Windows picked it up automatically, so it is compatible with Windows and Linux, and it's easily unhookable and rehookable. So now, with the magic of editing, we should be able to transform or transport ourselves into my Windows VM. So I hope to see you guys there. And we're back. It took a little while to get into here, but we finally managed to do it. We're finally under our Windows rig, our Windows VM. Now, so I'll be looking at this and like going, hold on, is this truly a virtualized instance of Windows? Well, is it? Let me show you something. So let me pop Task Manager real quick. Ctrl-Shift-Escape for those unaware. Go into Performance, have a look into this tab right here. You might notice some things may be off. We do not have all our threads. We only have 8 threads, 4 cores. We don't have 6 cores and 12 threads. What's up with that? Our 2 physical cores and 4 threads are just gone, straight up gone. GPU utilization pretty high, but that's because I'm recording right now and I won't be recording that often. What else do you have here? I'm also using an extremely high quality preset in here, so that's probably why it's taking such a big load on that GPU while recording. Most of the stuff I'll be recording will be under Linux anyways. We might do some more exploring within Linux and the dark web sometimes in the future, if it's legal, of course. If it's illegal in my country, I won't be doing it. If it is legal, I may dabble into it. Just wanted to show that I'm using this for gaming and nothing else. I can, and I will be running like various different kinds of games that use the DRM, kernel level DRM and kernel level anti-cheats, so I don't have to deal with this. I can play games like Valorant which have a Ring 0 driver. What a Ring 0 driver is, it's basically a driver that communicates with the various levels of the operating system, with Ring 0 being the kernel level, which is the lowest level you can go to. So with us running a kernel virtual machine of this setup of this kind, we're effectively letting the custom anti-cheat solution for Valorant run within its own contained box, and we're not letting it escape from that sandbox environment. With that said, I only want to show you that it is actually running, that we do get everything in here. If we bring out the device manager real quick, and we go to display, you'll notice that our graphics card is over here as well, along with our webcam, which I'm using right now. Bluetooth adapter over here added in as well, with our headphones in here if they are connected. What else is here? Our mouse and keyboard, our monitors, both stated as generic PNP monitors, our pass-through card, our Xbox 360 controller, which I have right here, pass-through. Working with it. It is working with an Elden Ring, so that's good. Processors, boom, only this. Sound devices, we have a bunch of different devices in here. So it pretty much looks like a full-fledged real piece of hardware, and all the pieces of software seem to agree. So there's nothing else to talk about. Also, one pretty important thing. You may have noticed that our CPU ain't turboing in here. Not sure why that is. I didn't look into it that much. I was just happy that it's running, and I don't really notice the difference. Now sure, being able to run at 4.2 GHz would be amazing, but I don't really need it at that high of a speed. So yeah, that's it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, it's up to you really. You can leave a like, you can even possibly subscribe to the channel. With that said, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see all of you beautiful people next time.